There is a wealth of historical documents available about America, and from your vantage point, we need to spend some time looking at them and studying them.
Well, one of the blessings we have as Americans is this wealth of the written word, where we argued with one another and laid out our cases in newspapers and in pamphlets and just made our case about how to best create constitutional self-government in this country. And so we're fortunate to have a wealth of these things that we're just not taking nearly enough advantage of in our schools.
And that's something that is really different from even the other societies that people would look up to. Many of their governments developed over time and as historical preferences changed. But the United States really started as an experiment.
Exactly, and I think the founders really understood that for self-government to work, you had to have an educated society. You had to have a society that was not only literate, but also understood something about its government. That's really, for this experiment in self-government to be successful, something that was absolutely critical, and it's just been there from the beginning for this for the country, and we're very fortunate for that.
I want to circle back to something you said a little bit earlier. You mentioned that perhaps we aren't spending enough time in the schools looking at these documents. How are we failing in the schools to be reviewing these documents we should be looking at?
Well, we do a lot of work at Ashbrook, where I am, helping teachers improve their understanding of original documents so they can put textbooks aside and instead use these documents which really tell America's story. It's a great story that they need to have a better understanding of, and you can't get it from a textbook. I often think to myself that I wouldn't want to read a textbook myself. Why would I want my kids to read one? And we should be thinking the same with schools. And the advantage of these original documents is that they're much more engaging for students, and they really get into the nuances of the real story of America.